over this recent past, I've been catching up with singers and entertainers from the Irish music scene and finding out what they're doing, what they're about, and how life is. And I'm delighted to say hello to a gentleman whom I know from the very start of his career. I've been playing him on radio from back in those days. He's an excellent performer. He's got an exceptional voice, exceptional songwriter, and also superb at doing live shows. It's great to speak to John Hogan. How are you, John?
Jerry, how are you, my friend? It's good to talk to you again. I don't know if I would qualify for all of those sentiments that you when you were introducing me there. I appreciate them now, but I don't know.
No, you definitely, John. You definitely do. You definitely do. I mean, you've had a huge long career. It's at this stage, it's over 30 years, and I mean,
33 years, I think, Jerry. Yeah.
That's. I remember getting in the first EP, and that was back a good while ago. Brown Eyes and all of that.
And back in the day, as it were. Back in the day, yeah. You know, it was. Yeah, and you know, when you look at life and when you look at the business, I remember that as well, and the daunting task it was for me at the time to quit what was at that time a pensionable job in Bordnamona and something that was much sought after. And I had 5 children at the time, and I said, my God, I'm going to take an awful chance here. And it just seems like yesterday, and all the worry and all the anxiety about it, and it is frightening how quick time flies by you. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
And I suppose, that's why I write songs about slow it down a little bit, slow down life a bit, and it has slowed down with this unfortunate virus. To all the people in the world have slowed down, everywhere, all over the world. But it is so unfortunate that there's so much heartache, heartbreak, and so many other things connected with the virus. It is shocking to see what's going on in the world at the moment. And it's unfortunate that we all have to stop in this fashion rather than maybe stop for other reasons and see the world as we should see it, Because there are those people who've slowed down who can't see the world anymore the way they could see it,
Indeed.
But, again, and the reason I mentioned this and the reason I mentioned how quickly time passes is if you're well and if you are well enough to and lucky enough to have escaped this virus well, there's a little song that I have written here at the moment that's Stop, Look and Listen. It is the name of it. But when I was going to school, can I tell you this little story? I don't want to hug the airways.
Of course, John.
When I was going to school, there was the Safe Cross Code was a thing that we were taught, and that was Stop, Look and Listen. And I remember Brendan Grace used to sing a song about it. I think the late great Brendan Grace. But so Stop, Look and Listen was a thing we had to remember when we would go to cross the road, and it was the only safety device we had for getting across. But there wasn't that many cars at the time when I was going to school. But when I travelled through life, I took it with me. Those 3 words: stop, look, and listen. And when in the midst of all the rat race and all the pushing and the racing and everything else that goes with trying to survive and feed a family and all the way the world is and the way the world has become even more speeded up, I adopted those 3 words. And you have to stop what you're doing, slow it down a pace or two, and you have to look around you and see what's there.
Yes.
Both in family and in life and in nature and in beauty that's around us that we don't see because not our fault, because we're bombarded with all sorts of things on phones and televisions and every way that they can get at us, they will, and they'll take your time, So yeah, it's up to everybody now to take back the time, your time. Take it back from these phone companies and the Googles and the bits and the bobs and everything else that take your time. And listen to the silence, listen to silence. But not only silence, but listen to nature itself as well, the birds and the bees and all the things that we can hear now that we couldn't hear before because of the polluted with so much noise and everything else.
Indeed.
I know all of these things don't pay bills, but I still think that we can slow it down enough of a pace to hear, to look, stop and look and listen, and still make a living and keep going, you know. That is my motto in life, and that has been, I suppose, a little thing that I've carried with me right throughout life. And the message is always, you know, I would say to people, the one word that I think is very important, and I think it should be instilled in every child in the world, and that's simplicity itself. And I think if you have that word in your life and you carry it with you, the world will be a different place, and you'll see it differently as well. Because at the end of the day, it's not what you have; it's, you know, it's inner peace, inner. You know, when you think of and you look around and you see so much that's lovely.
Yes.
That is what it's about, simplicity itself, you know.
Indeed, indeed. And it's quite interesting, actually, since the lockdown, so many people have said about how the air is different, and how they're able to, you know, the sky is clearer, and they're able to see stars, and they're able to hear sounds of nature, and it isn't, you know, been wiped out with all sorts of noise. Many people have said that.
Well, you know, there's no question or doubt in my mind, you know. Now, you know, I'm back in the bog, and people now in the UK, a different interpretation of the bog there is over here. It's for cutting the turf for the winter. But anyway, and I'm down there doing that because, you know, it's something that I've done in the past, in the years, you know, with the sleighing. People mightn't understand that. But anyway,
yes.
I can hear the cuckoo, and I can hear all of the birds, all of them. I see all the wildlife around me there all the time. I spend my days down there, weeks, you know, because it takes a long time to do this. But what I have noticed is the silence. And what I have noticed as well, and it's very evident, is the sky, how clear the sky is. And if you hear a plane now, you look up.
Yes.
Before you wouldn't raise your head. It's so unusual to hear a plane going across now, you know, that sort of way. And you know, it's not to be this or that or the other against the aviation industry or whatever, you know, but I would put them down as huge polluters of the earth, you know what I mean, because the skies are thronged with planes, and the emissions from these planes is extraordinary, you know, but the air is cleaner, the silence is golden, the sun shines, even the rain feels differently, you know.
Yes.
So there's something there. There's something, please God, something good will come from this, you know, that people will be able to stop and look and listen and see and feel the difference in life. And to those people, you know, say, for example, to those people who have been so ill and are ill, they can't see this. You know, we think of them, definitely think of them. You know, those that have put so much into the world and then they're ill for whatever reason, one way or another. We think of you. And to those people like that have worked so hard on the front line, we have just want to acknowledge all of those that put their lives on the line for all of us to make sure that we avoid this. And to those that are working behind the scenes, to see will they find a vaccine or a tablet that might alleviate it or help in some way. You know, we want to say thank you to them as well. There's a different world emerging from what's going on at the moment. But the world has always been there for us, but we didn't see it.
Indeed, yes. It's definitely a reflective thought, and something for to cherish. I mean, right up until all this happened, John, you were a busy lad as usual, out singing and performing. Yeah,
thanks to the God, I was, you know, I cut down obviously, but you see, Jerry, even when I started, I was 33 years ago, fame or fortune were never something that I courted, as it were. I never seen any value in fame or fortune. But I love music. I have great respect for people, and I just, you know, I was so thrilled to get the opportunity to do it, really. And to those people, you know, that used to come out and see me, and do come out to see me, and still come out to see me, and still listen to me on YouTube and Facebook and whatever, I could never understand why, but I appreciated it so much. But I've been very, very busy. I cut down band, just the three of us now, and do a lot of concerts with different bands and with different bits and bobs, was quite happy pottering away there and loved the music, writing so much more than I used to. And I can't believe that we were stopped.
Yes.
Just put on the brakes and we're all gone. And I can't see the business, our business as a music industry. I can't see it back for quite a while. I mean, we're talking year plus, maybe two.
Yes, unfortunately. Fingers crossed that something will happen along the way. It must have been a big shock to you, for example, at the weekends, like when suddenly you weren't out on a Saturday night and Sunday night and all the rest of it.
It's a big shock to everybody. Yeah, it is. It's something that takes a bit of getting used to, that sort of way. Yeah, it is. And you're always hoping, and same as everybody is, I suppose, when you turn on your radio. People depend on radio. They depend on the media, in general, to keep them supplied with the information. And I suppose when you turn on your radio, you're hoping that there'll be this, like somebody saying they won the lotto or whatever. The lotto for everyone now would be if you turned on your radio and they said, well, we have a vaccine, or we have a tablet that's able to curtail this, that sort of way. That would be mean the world to everybody right now. But for all of us in the industry, in the music industry, I can't see anything coming our way for certainly years, unless that magic formula is found very, very soon.
Yes, and fingers crossed that it will be. But you're keeping yourself sort of generally busy. You're doing the songwriting and all the rest of it, and cutting the turf.
I'm always busy. Yes. And it's just the way I've been all my life. I spend some time in the evening here with my songs, and I record some stuff now and again, and I just put out, on Facebook, songs that I sing here in my own little office. The old Hank Williams songs, or songs that I've written, lots of things like that. And during the day then I'm up, I'm always up around 4:45 in the morning, and I walk for a couple of hours at the lake down there in Mullingar. I walk around Crown Hill here. Then I come back and I get something to eat, and I head for the bog, and I usually spend the day there, but come back then in the evening then, and I do a bit of gardening or whatever, but I always spend time with my guitar. Jerry, my guitar is never far away from me. There it is there.
Wow.
It's always beside me, I just couldn't live without the guitar. And, I wouldn't be a guitar player, but I love the music. I love it. I just love it. And I love to sit and write. I love to sing songs that I'd hear from old country songs, really. I know that the song that I've written about, This Cannot Last, the reason I wrote it in not a country song was I was trying to get the message across to a wider audience than the country audience, and I don't mean that as any disrespectful way, but sometimes, and certainly in this country is very limited as to where it will be played and when it will be played, which is unfortunate. But so I decided to change it a little bit to have a sort of middle of the roadie. Not saying it's going to get the play that I wanted the message to get out. That's all, I wanted the message to get out. But I spend a lot of time writing, a lot of time just singing songs and listening to songs. And I'm happy out at that, really am. Yeah.
That's excellent. Well done, John, on the new song. Wishing you all the success in the world with it. It's a nice one, I'll have to say. And listen, it's been lovely, John, to catch up with you. As we say, stay safe and stay well. And great to catch up with you again. And hopefully we'll be getting new material. And hopefully we can possibly meet up in hopefully the not too distant future.
Jerry, I hope that will be the case, and I look forward to it. I want to say thank you to you. I'm not trying to plum us, I'm just being honest. Thank you for all the time that you're there for all of us people in the music industry when we're not there, and we don't know, and we're far away. And you're there keeping us going. And to all of those people who listen, who request our songs, north, south, east and west, take the time to look for your songs, take the time to look for your albums and everything else. huge, huge thank you to all of you and to yourself. I wish all of those people, I wish you health, I wish you happiness, I wish you safety and all the goodness in the world. And I am so grateful to you for all you have done. And I hope that we meet very, very soon and all of this will be over. In the meantime, take it easy, look after yourself, and bless you all the way.